And for our live coverage, we find ourselves in Donetsk at the Donbass Arena. I'm your match commentator, Derek Ray, and ready to provide expert analysis alongside me is Stuart Robson. And we've got so much to look forward to. This is where it all begins in Europe's Premier Club competition, the UEFA Champions League, the group stage, Matchday 1 action. It's Shakhtar Donetsk, and they take on RB Leipzig.
Yes, cheers, Derek. Well, what an occasion it is for this club and its supporters. These are the games that they dream of. No doubting they're the underdogs. If they can frustrate their opponents, stay in the game up until half-time, you just never know. Hopefully we get a great cup tie and maybe even a massive surprise.
The lineup then for the hosts.
Well, although we have it down as a 4-5-1, it's actually more likely to be a 4-2-3-1. They play with two holding midfield players, a number 10 and two wingers. The system has a nice balance to it.
And here's how Leipzig will line up.
Well, it's the basic 4-4-2 formation, but played well it can be really effective. And key to its success are the wide midfield players. They have to be fit, they need to be able to run with the ball, and they need to double up with their fullbacks. It's a really tough role for them.
It's the opening match day. Champions League group stage, match day 1 underway. And he's in. In it goes! That will do nicely for starters. First goal of the game.
Well, just look at the defending here. The keeper is left totally exposed. It's an easy goal in the end, but well taken.
One 0 then. And with that, the attack fizzles out. Andre Silva. But he could run onto it here. Well, the decision is offside, and he's bound to be a bit disappointed.
Well, he's actually made his run before his teammate had control of the ball, and that's why it's offside.
Running with the ball confidently. But quick thinking defensively. Andre Silva. Timo Werner. Stepanenko. It's with Matvienko. Well, there to intercept. Nkunku. Werner with it now. And he's made headway. Werner. Well, the attack carried promise, but petered out. Traore. Useful looking position, you've got to say. Well, they couldn't keep possession. Nkunku. Oh, that's a pass of high quality. Credit to them for winning back possession. Traore. Into the advanced position. Stepanenko. Well, he stopped them in their tracks. Nkunku. Nkunku. And it might be. Well, not every keeper would have been that brave.
Well, he read it brilliantly, didn't he? Top stuff from the keeper.
Given away by Leipzig. Splendid tackle and a throw-in coming up. Stepanenko. So a corner here. It's a short one. Might be able to get in behind the defence. Well read to ease the pressure. This might be the perfect counter-attacking opportunity. Nkunku. Szoboszlai. And the keeper diving to thwart him. Over it comes. Not all that convincing defensively. Schlager. Now with Nkunku. Well, that'll be a free kick. Well, some referees might have reached for the yellow card, but not this one.
Yeah, another foul, and he will get a yellow card, that's for sure.
And players waiting at the far post. They're getting right on top of their opponents and winning it back. Nkunku. Nkunku. On to Werner. Must be! And just narrowly wide.
Well, it's a good effort from that range, but I think the keeper had it covered.
Untidy on the ball. Space afforded him. Andres Silva. On the ball, Schlager. Just knocking it around, looking to carve out a chance. But then the commentator's curse comes into play. And the counter-attack is on, options available. Well, it fizzled out. Well, brilliant work to keep that one in play. Totovitsky, and very deftly cut out. Nkunku. Andre Silva with it. Werner. Splendid defending, and it needed to be. Nkunku. Well, he missed the target and then some. Wide it went. Lassina Traore.
Well, Leipzig have completely bossed the game in the last 15 minutes. And their attacking play has been excellent. Surely only a matter of time before they extend their lead here.
And with that, the attack fizzles out. Andriy Totovitsky. Oh, that's an interesting pass. And the pressure is on. Can he clear it away? Stepanenko. Excellent assessment of the situation at the back. Can they do something positive on the counter-attack? Promising looking attack. Andre Silva. On to Werner. Well, showing excellent judgment to intercept. Stepanenko. Lassina Traore. Well, spot on with that challenge. Can they create something from here? Andre Silva. And intercepted it. Breaking at pace. Lassina Traore. Decent position. Well, high quality defending. Andre Silva. On to Werner. Well, that pass easy on the eye. Just couldn't capitalise there. Andre Silva. Mikhailo Mudryk. An important interception. Intense pressure. Superb effort to keep it in. Nkunku. Nkunku. Andre Silva. And given away. Stepanenko. It's a weighted pass. And will it be the leveller? Just couldn't get it through. This corner could be useful to them.
Well, just listen to the fans. They know this is a big chance here.
Delivering it. Struggling to get it away. And with that, the first half draws to a close. This man will get most of the plaudits for his contribution up to this point, Stuart.
Well, Derek, he took his goal well and was a constant threat throughout that first half. I thought he showed a lot of skill to get out of tight situations, and he had a real impact on the plate.
It's the opening match day. Champions League group stage, match day 1 underway. And he's in. In it goes! That will do nicely for starters. First goal of the game. So a corner here. And the keeper diving to thwart him. Nkunku. Must be. Just couldn't get it through. This corner could be useful to them. And so the second half of this Champions League group stage matchday 1 contest commences. Well, a top-notch piece of defensive judgment. Totovitsky wanted to keep it but couldn't. Mikhailo Mudryk. On the ball, Taras Stepanenko. Traore. Totovitsky. Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay. Andre Silva. Nkunku. Werner with it now. And a fine tackle. Bogdan Mikhailichenko. Just the challenge that was required. Traore. Poor pass under no real pressure. Andre Silva. The cross is on. Schlager. Now with Campbell. Well, an attempt to forget all about, unfortunately.
Yeah, got it all wrong, trying to pass it into the corner, opened up his body, but didn't make the right sort of contact.
Unable to keep the ball that time. Werner. And played in. And an effective clearance. Gives it a go. No problems for the keeper. The pressure was high, and they could be in here. And the pass was just that little bit off. Nearly found its target. Lassina Traore. And with that, the attack fizzles out. There to win it back. Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. And just like that, the counter-attack comes to an end. Nkunku. Well, a textbook interception. Werner. Tremendous ball played through. He's in position. And a goal! Real excitement here. The equaliser.
Well, here we can see it again. Look at the way he glides past the defender to create space for himself. But there's still plenty for him to do. Under all sorts of pressure from the defender, he's just able to keep him at bay and finishes with aplomb. It's a great goal.
So back underway. One goal apiece here. Schlager. Not a great pass. Totovitsky. Soboslai. Nkunku has it. Andre Silva. And now passing it through. And he might be in here. And it's in! They're back in front. Stunning scenes here.
Well, here's the goal again, and it's a great ball to put him through. Good vision to set up the chance. And that's a top-class finish from Werner. Just look at the power in the strike. No chance for the goalkeeper there.
Well, 2-1 it is here. Andriy Totovitsky. Well, he's given us away. But he knew he had to get to the ball, and he did. Into the final 20 minutes. Now, let's see what they can do here. Werner. André Silva. Great chance to make it a brace, but the keeper had his say.
Well, he has to get a second goal soon. He's been brilliant today.
André Silva. On to Werner. Campbell. Back with Werner. Intercepting it intelligently. This might be ideal for the counter. Oh, nice ball over the top. And it's played into the centre. He read it well, but still work to do. And into the last 15 minutes of action. André Silva. On to Nkunku. Wonderful chance. And just wide of the target. Goal kick.
Well, I think the goalkeeper had it covered, but it was a decent effort, though.
Here it is now, a substitution. Lassina Traore. Oh, that's an interesting pass. Well, that's going to go down as offside.
Well, he couldn't quite release it quickly enough, and the flag went up.
There to take it away. So Bosley. Nkunku. Attacking possibilities for Leipzig. A chopping challenge, and the referee has got to have a big think about it. Well, deemed to have been a cautionable offence.
Well, no question about it. He deserved his booking there.
Crossed into the penalty area. Not testing the keeper at all with that effort. Good move in the making from Leipzig. Nkunku. Well, nearly shaving the crossbar with that powerful effort. And time for the change now. Not to be advised giving the ball away in that position. Nkunku. Well, not giving the opposition a look in. That's strong play. Body on the line. Well, nicely cut out. Now what can they do with the ball? And Leipzig in a position of menace. Pressure exerted, but he keeps the ball. Well, nearing the end of the game, and Leipzig are almost there.
Well, it's been a decent performance from them. They've certainly played the more expansive football and had the better individuals. Can they now just see this through? Not long left.
Well, just fractionally wide. Good strike. Well, after that mishap, the keeper can now exhale.
Well, the hand goes up apologetically. That was a real lapse in concentration there.
And using his strength to shield the ball. Timo Werner. Schlager. How about the cross? Well, making high pressing work for them here. Superb block. And the electronic board has been held aloft. 3 additional minutes here. Well, they'll be looking to add to their advantage from this corner. But he's gone short with it. This could be it, and it is. He's done it. Surely a case of game over.
Well, here's the replay, and it's a simple finish in the end. But where was the defending? That's just not good enough.
So there it is, 3-1 the current scoreline here. Nicely timed tackle. And that is full time, really the worst possible start, you've got to say.
Well, that's not the result they were looking for. It makes the next game really important now. They need to respond in that one.
Well, he often cuts the figure of a thinking person's footballer. And Stuart, he's thought his way throughout this match.
Well, that performance sums him up, really. You're never disappointed with what he gives you. Such a good player.
And he's in. In it goes! That will do nicely for starters. First goal of the game. And the keeper diving to thwart him. Now with Campbell. Well, an attempt to forget all about, unfortunately.
Yeah, got it all wrong. Trying to pass it into the corner, opened up his body, but didn't make...
Tremendous ball played through. He's in position. And a goal! Real excitement here. The equaliser. And now passing it through. And he might be in here. And it's in! They're back in front! Stunning scenes here! On to Nkunku. Wonderful chance! And just wide of a target. Goal kick.
Well, I think the goalkeeper had it covered, but it was a decent effort, though.
Well, nearly shaving the crossbar with that powerful effort. And time for the change now. Well, just fractionally wide. Good strike. Well, he's gone short with it. This could be it. And it is. He's done it. Surely a case of game over.